Hi, welcome to the next episode of House of Magic. I'm Eric.
I'm Cassie.
And today we're going to be talking about the Red Challenger deck. Cassie bought it last Friday. Just to kind of test it out and try it out and stuff. And she realized that I haven't gotten a chance to play with it yet. But
It's because it's mine.
But with some of the new cards coming out and stuff, and just constantly getting burned by it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think for me, the deck I'm running right now, my homebrew Pirates deck, just really constantly gets... Its biggest weakness is mono red.
Yeah, and same thing with my Merfolk just can't.
And so, my deck's biggest weakness, and I actually also had a friend, once I was at Standard Showdown, I think, and one of my friends lent me his mono red deck back before Ramming Up got banned. So Ramming Up was still in it and stuff, and he lent me it just to see if I liked it and stuff. And I liked it okay. I really had fun playing it, but I didn't want to invest $80 in 2 Chandras.
Yeah.
And that's just for 2 cards. I mean, we're running a Glorybringer and a Hazoret, and it's a very expensive deck to buy in singles, in my opinion. I think we're looking at probably over $100 to buy it in singles.
Yeah.
Easily.
Well, and if you get it at the start of, and you're going to have it for a year and a half, 2 years, I mean, it's still expensive, but it's a little more easy to swallow because you have some time to play with it and stuff.
Well, and for us also, a lot of the cards that are running it are Amonkhet block and Kaladesh block.
Yeah.
Once again, we didn't come back until Ixalan after our wedding break, and so we didn't own any of the cards at home.
Yeah.
And so... You know, if we had bought a box, which we usually buy a booster box, we would have had a chance to have had it. But for me, it just wasn't worth it. But when the Challenger decks came out, $30, I felt that made it a little more financially possible.
Yeah, and the great thing about the Challenger decks is that they're almost tier 1 level.
I'd call them like tier 2 maybe, or tier 1.5. Like, they're kind of like...
Yeah.
They're kind of like the school who has enough kids to have the big football team, but they're all geeks, and so they're not really that good.
But the great thing about the Challenger decks that I've seen from YouTube videos and everything else is that all they really need is like less than a handful of cards of changing, and it really boosts them up a whole bunch. And that's basically kind of what we're going to be talking about today. Cassie took out a couple cards and then put in cards that she thought were key into making it flow a lot smoother and really making it more of that tier 1 level competitive deck play.
So I think the thing that's important about this is that they're actually, I think the one thing that people get mad at with Wizards decks or Wizards pre-made decks, they put a lot of commons in there because those are the easy cards. They really did not do that with the Challenger decks.
Yeah.
I just checked. This deck actually only runs 10 commons out of box, which for a 60 card deck is phenomenal.
Which if you ever bought, no, this might be getting a little old, but you ever bought the old
event decks?
Not event decks. It's before event decks.
Then it's before my time. Intro decks.
The intro decks. There you go. I mean, you got, 3 rares and stuff, and maybe 1 was a decent rare.
I mean, compare it to Planeswalker decks now.
And yeah, even Planeswalker decks.
You're not getting that many rares. You're not getting probably any mythics, really.
Yeah, I mean, they're great. Here's your intro into Standard. Have fun, but you're going to lose. And it seems like these Challenger decks, they really did a really good job of seeing how things are being played in Standard and really try to mirror what's winning and stuff, which I give them a good kudos to that.
Absolutely. And so I'm not a super competitive player. I play for fun. It's a game. I play to just enjoy myself, which a lot of people don't do at the end of the day. And that's one of the reasons I'm very anti-net decking. I get a lot more pride winning with a deck I made than a deck I didn't make. So this isn't going to be my main deck, but at the same time, like, it's a price thing for me too. And so I had no problem, spending the money just to experiment. And so I actually took this deck to a PPTQ and played with it straight out of box because I wanted to see what it played like out of box at a competitive level event. This was a $5 PPTQ. It was held at Boardwalk Games. So $5 isn't the biggest buy-in. So I wasn't expecting a huge crowd. I wasn't really sure what to expect. They had a decent crowd, though. I think they had about 19. I know we had enough to go to 5 rounds of Swiss. So I'm going to say about 19.
And it would have been a lot bigger, but there was also a last chance PPTQ
happening just up the road. I played it straight out of pack. I actually sleeved it up that day in their shop. That's how out of pack it was. I didn't open the pack until I was in their shop. So, straight out of pack. It does come with a countdown dice, which is nice, and it actually comes with a pretty decent deck box that you can fit all your cards in sleeved. You can't fit more than, like, you can't really fit extra sleeves in it and stuff, but you can fit 75 sleeved cards in, and it has a horizontal deck separator.
Okay.
Which I really liked because it was short enough that you could probably use it in your other deck boxes. You know how, like, your flat deck boxes, your cards fit pretty snugly in. You don't know if you could... I really think this would work in a regular deck box. So I liked it. I felt like Wizards was really thinking about the product, what people need to play as a new beginner or someone who, you know, just coming back into Magic. And I was concerned because I didn't have a deck box, and I actually was able to use that deck box for the entirety of that competition with ease. So, kudos to Wizards again. But my first and probably biggest takeaway is they are running so many lands for a mono red deck.
Wizards loves their lands.
20 mountains and 4 sun-scorched deserts. 24 lands. Mono red deck.
A very aggro red deck to begin with.
So it's much easier to burn out when you're running too many lands, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I ended up burning out just a lot. I think I won a few games. I didn't win any matches, but I won games against my opponents, which is great for the first time you're playing a deck, and it's a pre-made deck out of box.
Yeah.
So I found myself burning out, and so I was kind of trying to think of, hey, like, what do I want to add and stuff. And I actually know I'm probably going to I'm going to add a few more things now that I've sorted some of our cards a little further. So the first thing I did, I was at the shop, and I went to their desk and I bought another Hazoret because I was like, this needs another Hazoret. Like, first and foremost, this needs another Hazoret. Hazoret, because they've done this, the MTG Finance crowd's going to be pretty angry, but it's actually dropped to $10. And you can see the Hazoret line, like, on TCG Player, kind of goes like this. And then the day Challenger decks came out and went. So, if you want a Hazoret, it's a good time to buy. At home, I had 2 full art promo Glorybringers because Miniature Exchange did a Christmas special, and this was one of my Christmas presents from them. I got 2 of these. So I wanted to add 2 Glorybringers. I knew I had 2 at home, so these were kind of a nice little thing. Adding some...
On a keynote, it pays to play LGS because sometimes you can do awesome giveaways.
Yeah, like, we weren't expecting... They just said, hey, make sure you come the Friday before Christmas because we're going to be doing something special for y'all. We didn't know what it was. And everyone got little, like, present packs. Mostly of, like, promos or nice cards that were standard.
Packs of, like, 6 cards in it and stuff. All promos or...
rares game day and stuff. Nice stuff.
Stuff, yeah.
So that was really cool. You know, they don't sell these. They save them and give them to... They made it so that they gave back to their customers.
Give back to the community and stuff.
2 Rekindling Phoenix. I've seen this card do really well in red decks. It's a 4-drop, which for a mono red is kind of a high card, but it's not that. I mean, Glorbringer's 5-drop, so let's be honest.
And it never dies. Just about.
Oh yeah, Rekindling Phoenix never dies. And it's not a legendary. Why is this not a legendary?
So you can run 4 of them and be broken as hell.
Yeah. And then...
That's okay, don't declare the legendary for us.
Jesus. 2 Tillinani Summoners, mostly because with red decks, especially where you're getting all those lands out where I found myself land screwed, you're gonna ascend. And so that means that, and then you actually can do something with lands. If you have nothing in your hand, you can pay your red X and get all of those little elementals and just start.
Yep.
Pew 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 pews. And now that I've sorted out my stuff better, I'm going to be adding some flings.
Some flings?
Because the first thing they're going to do, they're going to kill your, they're going to kill your Glory Bringer. They're going to try and kill things. So fling is a great option. Or, there were a lot of times where, like, they were down to 3 life, and I was like, I wish I had fling so I could just throw this at you and kill you.
Oh, he doesn't love a good fling. A good, let me steal your creature and fling a match after I attacked with him.
You can't steal with fling. Oh, yeah, you can do that. That's stupid. Yeah. Don't ever do that. That's
I love doing that.
That's the meanest thing ever.
That's the best combo ever.
I ended up taking out mostly lands. I took out some Fanatical Firebrands, and they ended up moving some of the Harsh Mentors to my sideboard just because from what I experienced, and you guys can completely disagree with me, but from what I experienced, I wasn't using I haven't seen too many Harsh Mentors for one in red decks.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one either.
And it wasn't being used. Like the ability of whenever they activated an ability that's not mana based of an artifact, creature, or land, that wasn't happening to me. Like they weren't, I think once or twice in a game someone took that 2 damage.
Yeah.
If that. And so with that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this.
Yeah, put in another creature that can do damage. I mean, it's only a 2/2, so it's not like you swing land and can be blocked and killed relatively easy.
So I'm still running 22 lands. So I'm probably running 61 cards because that's my thing. I love running 61 or 62 cards. I love being wrong, and I love freaking people out about it. It's so great. People freak out so hard when I do that, and it's a really good feeling. Am I evil? Is that bad? That's what I did. Like I said, it played really well. I ended up changing out the cards and playing against Eric with his Merfolk, and he was trying to figure out what to do for a store championship, which he did great on, by the way.
I did. I made place 6.
Top 8.
And stuff,
so I
was super excited about that.
And it played well, and so I could see, like, me bringing this to things. I don't know how much I'll play it, because the entire time I was at this PPTQ, my thought was, like, whenever I was playing a deck, my entire thought was, if I had my pirates, I know what I'd be doing. If I had my pirates, I know what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so overall, at least for the mono red aggro challenger deck, which was the only one I was really interested in getting. I don't know if you were interested in any of them, but this was the only one that really kind of called to me. I think it's a good investment. Yeah,
I mean, for me personally, if I was to buy one, I'll probably buy the mono red one too. I've always liked red. Red was like one of my very first decks I think I ever built, mono red. And it's just something about, hitting them hard and then walking away like, ha-ha, look, you're still on fire. It's just, as much as I hate being the one that's getting attacked by mono red, I very much love playing mono red.
But I'm not going to try, I think it's best for us to not try to do a big video on the challenger decks when it's been done by a really great YouTuber already. So what we're going to do is we're going to suggest, if you want more information about all the challenger decks, not just what did Cassie do with this one deck after this one PPTQ, go to the Young Mage's YouTube. Rhino received all 4 of the challenger decks before they were even officially released from WOTC themselves. He got to interview one of the designers from the design team, and he's done deck techs on all 4.
Yeah, and they did have hours of them playing the decks themselves against each other.
Exactly. So I'm not going to try and do something that's already been done much better by an amazing YouTuber. So, make sure you're subscribed, like, share here. Pop over to Rhino. Make sure you subscribe there. Tell him we sent you. Check out all of his videos. But if you're interested in the challenger decks, definitely check out what he's done on the challenger decks, because he had such an amazing opportunity. Yeah. And I think you would be cheating yourself not to go watch those videos and learn what he learned from this opportunity. If you're all invested in this game, he's definitely the person to go check out in regards to these challenger decks.
Yeah, I agree.
So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, please like, share, subscribe. We're finally settled. We're going to start getting videos out on a semi-regular basis, possibly. I don't know. But until then, this has been Eric.
Hi.
I've been Cassie.
This is Cassie.
May the polls be ever in your favor. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.